in another scenario, 1000 ml. So here it is only 150 ml. It is accumulating rapidly, giving signs and symptoms and affecting the LV complex. So in the other hand, we are taking 1000 ml of fluid which is accumulating into the pericardial sac in a very slow rate. Okay, so it is while it is coming in a very slow rate now, the pericardial sac is also getting physiologically adapted to it, and the extension will be also increased, leading to no symptoms and no disturbed LV complex. Okay, this is how the chronic condition acts. In rapid condition, the rate is increased and hence you are having a immediate signs and symptom and LV complex is immediately affected. Whereas in chronic condition, it is slowly coming inside. So while slowly it is coming inside, the elasticity is also adapting according to the flow, and hence the signs and symptoms and LV complex will not get affected that much sooner. You can only observe signs and symptoms in the later conditions. Okay, fine. The causes of cardiac tamponade. So while looking into the causes of cardiac tamponade, what is the most known cause? Like you know, what is the most known cause you know? Okay, how was pericardial effusion caused? See, first one, any due to infectious reason. The infectious reasons will be due to viral, bacterial, fungus, everything. Okay, fungal infection, viral infection and bacterial infection. So for a viral infection, you can take an example as HIV. Okay, for bacterial infection, you can take tuberculosis. Fine. Next is anything due to the trauma, like post-operative trauma or direct trauma to your chest. Okay. Third one is radiation. Due to any radiation, you may develop cardiac tamponade. And the fourth one is due to any over-excessive use of any drugs. Due to any side effect of any drugs, you may cause cardiac tamponade. So while talking about the post-operative cause of cardiac tamponade, in today's reviews or today's data, it is highly observed. Okay, any patient who are undergoing a cardiac surgery or cardiac intervention, 50 to 85% of the people are developing cardiac tamponade as a post-cardiac surgery complication. Okay, so how it is developed is either it may be due to any sort of injury to your pericardium or your own autoimmune system is acting against yours. Okay, for example, you are doing a cardiac intervention or coronary intervention. While doing a cardiac intervention or coronary intervention, in two cases it may affect your heart. First one, the devices which is taking inside your heart, it may affect your pericardium due to any dissection or perforation. Okay. Secondarily, for example, you are taking a coronary stent to treat the myocardial infarction. So while treating the myocardial infarction, you may only relieve the blood flow to the myocardium. If in case the myocardial infarction is chronic and it has also affected the pericardium, that disturbance or that effect you cannot reverse it. So in that condition, your pericardium is still injured. Your myocardium is only getting the perfect blood flow after the coronary stent placement. In pericardium, it is still injured. You cannot reverse the condition which happened. You cannot reverse the effect which has happened to the pericardium. Okay, so pericardium is still being injured. That pericardium will bleed. After the pericardium is bleeding, it will be developed into pericarditis. That pericarditis will develop into cardiac tamponade. This is how the post-cardiac surgery works. Okay, either there will be a direct injury to your pericardium through the devices you are taking inside, or in second hand, the something you treat, whatever you treated, that treatment now, before the treatment, the disease condition have left some effect on the pericardium which is not reversed. So this unreversed effect on the pericardium, it stays that it creates an injury, it creates bleeding, that bleeding leads to inflammation to pericarditis, and that pericarditis as a consequence it is developing cardiac tamponade. Okay, so this is the most causes of cardiac tamponade in today's data sciences collected. 50 to 85% of the people who is undergoing a cardiac surgery, mainly your valvular heart disease and your congenital heart disease, are developing cardiac tamponade. Okay. Your cardiac tamponade. As you know, your cardiac tamponade has many signs and symptoms you have learned in your first year, like your tachycardia, tachypnea, shortness of breath, cardiac output decreased, everything. So when we are concentrating on the specific signs related to cardiac tamponade, you should concentrate on these three signs. Okay. So first one will be your Kashmir sign, second one pulse